Imagine saying something slightly awkward at a party. Nobody reacts. The conversation moves on in 4 seconds, but your brain replays it for 4 days. At 2 a.m., you're staring at the ceiling, running the moment, again and again, wondering what everyone thought of you. Here's the uncomfortable truth. They thought nothing. They were too busy replaying their own awkward moments. 2,000 years ago, a Roman emperor figured this out and wrote himself a private reminder that was never meant to be published. Today we call it Meditations, and in it, Marcus Aurelius, the most powerful man on earth, wrote, "It never ceases to amaze me. We all love ourselves more than other people, but care more about their opinion than our own." The most powerful man alive, worried about what people thought of him. Sound familiar? The Stoics had a trick for this. Not a hack, not positive thinking. A mental tool so effective that Roman emperors, Greek slaves, and modern Navy SEALs have all used the same one. It's called the dichotomy of control. And by the end of this video, you'll know exactly how to use it. Here's the idea, and it's almost insultingly simple. Everything in your life falls into one of 2 boxes. Box 1, things you control, your actions, your words, your effort, where you put your attention. Box 2, everything else, the weather, the economy, your past, other people's actions, and yes, other people's opinions of you. Epictetus, a man who was born a slave, whose leg was broken by his master, who owned almost nothing, opened his entire handbook with this one distinction. Not with wealth advice, not with career strategy. With this, some things are up to us, and some things are not. Now here's where it gets interesting. Epictetus said that every single ounce of misery in your life comes from one mistake. Putting things from box 2 into box 1. Trying to control what was never yours to control. Think about it. Why does criticism hurt? Because part of you believes you should be able to control what people think of you. Why does traffic enrage you? Because part of you believes the road should obey your schedule. Why does the past haunt you? Because part of you keeps trying to edit something that's already printed. You're pulling on a rope that isn't attached to anything. So what happens when you actually sort the boxes correctly? Something strange. The anxiety doesn't just shrink, it loses its job. Anxiety is your brain trying to control outcomes. When you genuinely accept that the outcome was never in your hands, only the effort, your brain finally has nothing to grip. The Stoics had a name for the target this leaves you with. An archer, they said, can control everything up to the moment the arrow leaves the string. The training, the stance, the aim, the release. After that, a gust of wind. A moving target, not his. The archer's job is to shoot well, not to hit. Read that again. Your job is to shoot well, not to hit. Apply for the job. You don't control whether they hire you. Say the honest thing. You don't control how it lands. Post the video, write the book, make the pitch. The outcome belongs to the wind. Now, most people hear this and object, so I should just stop caring about results? Sounds like an excuse to be mediocre. Actually, it's the opposite. And this is the part almost everyone gets wrong. When you stop spending energy on the uncontrollable, that energy doesn't vanish. It gets redirected to the only place it ever produced results, your actions. The archer who obsesses over the target flinches. The archer who obsesses over his form hits more targets. Detachment from outcomes doesn't lower your performance. It's what elite performance looks like. There's a modern term for what happens when you're fully absorbed in execution and indifferent to judgment: flow. The Stoics were engineering flow states in 300 BC, so how do you actually practice this? 3 exercises. All 3 take less than 5 minutes. First, the evening audit. Marcus Aurelius did this every night. Before sleep, ask one question about whatever is bothering you. Was this in my control? If yes, plan one action for tomorrow. If no, say the Stoic phrase, "This was never mine." It sounds too simple to work. Try it for 1 week and watch what happens to your 2 a.m. ceiling staring. Second, rehearse the worst case on purpose. The Stoics called it premeditatio malorum, the premeditation of evils. Before the presentation, before the date, before the launch, spend 2 minutes imagining it going badly, not to be pessimistic, to discover that even the worst case is survivable. Fear shrinks when you look directly at it. It grows in the dark. Third, the opinion test. Next time you catch yourself worrying what someone thinks of you, ask, would I take life advice from this person? If no, why are you letting them grade your life? And if you wouldn't take their advice, notice something even stranger. You're not actually afraid of their opinion. You're afraid of your imagination of their opinion. You're being bullied by a character you wrote. Marcus Aurelius put it in one line: We all love ourselves more than other people, but care more about their opinion than our own. The cure isn't to become someone who never cares. It's to become someone who cares accurately about the things that are actually yours. Your effort, your honesty, your attention, your next action. Everything else, the traffic, the market, the past, the room full of people who forgot your awkward comment before you even finished making it, was never in your hands. And here's the final twist. The Stoics understood. This isn't a limitation. It's a release. If it was never in your control, it was never your burden. You've been carrying luggage that was never yours. Set it down. The arrow is on the string. Your only job is to shoot well. If you want to go deeper, the next video covers the Stoic morning routine Marcus Aurelius used to prepare for difficult people before they ruined his day. Subscribe so you don't miss it.